You can start without me.
We got an exciting video for you guys today. We got the solar tracker up for power for the mini cabin. So what do you need next?
Solar battery.
Yeah.
And solar inverter.
So exciting, guys. Sungold contacted us and wanted to work with us again.
Yep.
They sent us an inverter and one of their self-heating batteries.
Let's tip this up.
Ooh la la.
Pretty fancy. Look at this. This is pretty. Look at that.
What is that stuff?
Those are terminal connects. Positive and negative. Alright guys, here's our server rack battery from Sungold. This is a 48 volt battery. 51.2 volts in total, but 48 volt battery. And we're going to use our Sungold 6.5 kilowatt inverter. So let's get that out. So guys, this is going to be very similar, I'm assuming, to our 8 kW for the cabin. It's just a 6.5 kilowatt. So we have a little bit of experience here, so hopefully this should be a pretty seamless job. Communication cords. Jenny found this in the box. That's good. Oh, look, this has grid, load, and generator. Alright, generator is different than grid. Alright, so like I said, hooking up this system is going to be pretty easy. All we're going to need to do is add a DC breaker, and I'm going to put a couple bus bars between the battery and the inverter itself. But the most time-consuming part of this, which we might not show you every minute of, is building the little box for all this to go in and to look nice and to be safe and just out of the elements. Even though it's going to be underneath the lean-to, we still need to box it in and make it safe. Let's measure some stuff, take it over there, and get rolling.
I'm excited, guys.
Yeah. So guys, we have a nice area here underneath the lean-to. We're going to try to mount it against the wall right here. We added an outlet right here to come out of the cabin so I could have some power, but we've been just temporarily hooking up a power station inside and then having power out here. What we're going to do is put a AC breaker box here, and it's going to take power into the cabin from our solar system. So our solar system is going to go right here next to it, and let's just measure it out.
Guys, I just realized why Jay chose this project today instead of a different one, because we're in the shade. We have lots of trying to do, and he picked this one. Shade makes Jason a happy boy.
Shade's nice when it's in the 80s. So there's 44. So obviously we're going to have to put it a little bit off the ground. Mm-hmm. So I mean, even if it comes up to here, who cares, you know?
Yeah. What? We built something square?
Watch.
Oh, look at that. Scout's our little guardian here. He's our little mascot for today's video. Yeah. You're just hanging out here? It's nice and cool over here. He's a cool puppy.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Fancy. I prefer it to be up higher, but I want some air for, you know, I want to do some vents. It says 8. I mean, you're not supposed to put anything on the sides either, but we'll put some vents. So guys, we worked on installing our Sungold system yesterday. So I have the battery hooked up to the inverter. I'll show you just the wires I hooked to it, make it real easy. I didn't film a lot of it because it was dark last night and storm was rolling in. And it's only a couple wires, so it's nothing fancy. But here's our battery. We have a positive and a negative. I ran it through some conduit here. And out and down to a DC breaker. And then up to the inverter. Pretty easy. If we turn the power on, turn the DC breaker on, and then turn the switch on for the inverter, this comes on. Now I have to run our loads out and down and over to here where I'm going to install this breaker box. We'll have a 15 amp breaker that feeds the cabin, the whole cabin, so we'll never have any high power draw inside the cabin, just 15 amps. And then we'll do a 20 amp breaker. We're going to install a heating and cooling system for the mini cabin. So this is prepping us for that. And then we have power full time in the cabin. And we got to run our DC solar cables or our PV wires from the new tracker underneath the cabin to here. We're not going to bury them in the ground today, but we're going to see if they reach, because they reach the other side of the cabin. There's a lot of slack. We're going to try to bring them directly over here. We'll dig a trench soon, but we want to like test the system and get it rolling so we're ready to have power in here. A lot of the intricacies of wiring this stuff, like I'm not a professional electrician. That's not my thing. So I'm going to show you it all connected, but watching me put wires into spots is kind of a little daunting to watch. So the exciting part is the finished product. So if you guys have questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to help, but I can't legally or like legitimately give you electrical advice on this video, liability stuff. So
how's it going, mister? Did you spare them of all the boring, tedious stuff?
If you guys want to do anything that I didn't just show you, then you should go to electrical school. But it's set up very safe. Like I have breakers and fuses and everything we're supposed to have to keep it safe. So come check it out real quick. I just turned the battery on. Battery power on. Battery power on. I have these dip switches set to number 2 and number 6 are on because it's hooked up to a Sungold inverter. That's what the manual said, or this manual for the battery. I have the RS485 communication port plugged in to the in. That's what they said to do, and it goes over here, down and into this CAN port, or the RS485 port. Right here, this is for the wireless stuff, so we'll hook that up in a minute. But I turn the power onto the battery, positive and negative come over here to our DC breaker. I have that turned on, and then I turn on the switch right here for the inverter, and we have power.
Woohoo!
And I tested our load right here, only using this in single phase. So I have the neutral hooked up, and I have load 1, line 1 load hooked up, and the ground. We're running over here to our distribution box. This little breaker box is going to have one breaker for the cabin, and then the other little breaker will go to our
next
big surprise.
Project.
Our solar array coming over here, we hook that up as well, and there's an inline fuse. I'm going to get a DC breaker and put it right here so I can turn it on and off, but we don't have that right now. So a fuse will do for now. So I've turned out everything. I tested with my meter that we have 120 volt coming out of here. We're not using this in split phase. I'm using it in single phase, but it's still set up for split phase. For some reason, I went through all 68 parameters or settings, and I cannot get number 68, the setting to switch over to single phase for some reason. I think I had that problem with my inverter too. I had to call them. I don't know if I have one setting wrong or something wrong that I can't switch it. Like it just won't go off of single phase or split phase.
I feel like you did call them.
I did call them, but it was because of the generator. So we used our other Sungold inverter in split phase mode, and I didn't jumper it for like a month or two. And then when we wanted to charge it with the generator, it wouldn't let us because it was still set up in split phase. So I need to call them on Monday because it's Saturday today. So they're not open today on Saturday or Sunday. So I'll just run it like this. It's perfectly safe, I think. Like I said, we ran our cabin like this for months, and the only time it becomes an issue is when you're trying to charge it with a 110 volt generator. But this is like a secondary whole system now for the mini cabin. And we didn't have to spend $1,000 on wire to go from the bunker. So there's no reason to do that. It was a good thought, good idea. You know, I like that. But now we have this self-sustained system, and you guys can see how you could do this. They have good deals on their batteries. They have a very competitive, well-priced battery. This is a 6500. I think this is a $1,200 inverter. Sungold's taking good care of us, guys.
Which one do we have? The Sungold 6.5?
Yep.
Yep. That is $1,250.
Yep, $1,250.
And
$1,250.
the battery is... The self-heating battery is $1,150.
$1,150?
Well, that's just pretty good for a self-heating one because the non-heating self-heating ones are $1,000.
Yeah. And this is an all-in-one. This has a port for generator and a port for the grid. So you could use this system more easily with a grid tie if you were doing this at your home. So anyway, let's turn the power on to the mini cabin and see how this goes. I haven't put everything together yet because I want to test everything before I button everything up. Let's turn it on, see what happens. Sweet, second whole system set up on the property. That way, if something happens to the big cabin where we can't use it, we have at least a backup plan. And if we have guests, they have their own stuff.
And our top secret project has power now too.
Yep. Now we just gotta go plug in the solar.
Good job, sir. The eco-worthy it's later in the day and it's kind of like overcast and stuff, so we may not get the best solar coming in here, but at least we can show you guys some, which is exciting. And then it's supposed to be like pretty warm the next few days and sunny, so we'll be able to show you a better accurate.
Why they call it female and male? Are you just now realizing that? Well, I was gonna crawl under there, but you could if you want. I want to see if this is the one that has the female end on it. All right, so you can plug them in if you want.
All right, put in firm on both.
They're pushed together, nice and firm.
Can't pull them apart.
All right. All right, guys. So it's 3 o'clock, right? 4 o'clock.
I'll tell you 2 seconds. 3:42.
So it's almost 4 o'clock. So the tracker is not getting any sun anymore.
Very cloudy today.
Very cloudy, plus, you know, it's just the sun's over to the west where it can't see it anymore. But Jen crawled underneath the cabin. I should have had her take you with her again to make this a little more interesting, so you're not just staring at me sitting here for this entire video. All the Sungold all-in-one inverters, as far as I know, could take 2 arrays. So here's our PV1, positive and negative, and there's our array number 2. If we want to hook up a second solar array, we could. Right here it's flashing back and forth from PV1, PV2. Nothing on PV2, obviously. We don't have 2 arrays. We have 115 volts. The range of this inverter, I think, is like 120. So it would be better if this was a little more voltage, but it's enough. It works from the range of 120 volts all the way up to 500 volts. We could hook up a lot of solar. You could hook up to like 5,000 watts twice on this. If you had like a mega system, which we're going to have on our main cabin system. We're going to have 5,400 watts, but it's going to be 2 different arrays split up. So that'll be really cool. I mean, if we do that. We're doing all this stuff because it's really fun and enjoyable, and we get to show you guys some cool stuff. If we decide that 5,000 watt hours is not enough, we could parallel another battery on here and run the can have 10,000 watts. You could do that in like 10 minutes. Just build this box out, put another battery next to it, parallel it to this. Cabin's working, right?
Yeah.
We're getting, ooh, the sun, look. Tracker just moved because the sun came out for a minute. So PV1, we're getting 0.1 kilowatt. So we're getting 100 watts still. You can't really see it. But the sun's...
Well, sun's out a little more.
Yep, 0.2 kilowatts. So there's almost 200 watts. Which is better than nothing. I mean, it's charging the battery. You can see the state of charge lights are blinking on this battery. The only thing I haven't hooked up yet is the Wi-Fi thing, and I'll hook it up. I don't know if the Wi-Fi was reaching out here any better or not.
Cool thing is this time, guys, with this inverter is Jay can see the communications, right? Because it's a Sungold battery.
I mean,
last time we couldn't see that because we didn't have a Sungold battery.
Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. I mean, I need to check it on my app. I don't know if I can even have 2 systems on my app.
Sure you can.
I mean, it's 52.6 volts. I'll have to hook it up to the app. I'll have to hook up the Wi-Fi thing. And like I said, I don't know if the Wi-Fi will reach over here. It's not that much farther away than our other solar setup. Other solar setups right there, another 30 yards, 40 yards.
Yeah, I was going to try to plug that in today. I just was waiting for your video to be...
Jen put an extender up in the upper window of the cabin because we moved our router to the other side of the house. So it doesn't quite... It reaches out here, but not perfectly, right?
Yeah. My Wi-Fi gets 1 to 2 bars out here, where before it was getting 1 to nothing. But I'm going to try to plug it in.
It's still plugged in to the power. You just disconnected the hard wire.
So I'm going to try to connect it to the hard wire if your video is finished uploading. So maybe I'll go try that just so it will take maybe a little bit. Maybe it's got to like reconfigure or whatever. So I'll go plug that in.
So we'll get you a little update here. Let me clean up some stuff. Hey guys, good morning. All right. Yesterday we worked on installing the new Sungold battery and inverter, the 6.5 kW inverter, all-in-one inverter. And we got some sunshine now to try to charge it up. I'm checking out our big system here. I want to see how everything's doing. Everything's at like 98%. Got some serious power pumping into the solar shed. It's the wonderful solar time of the year. The solar tracker over here it's been pointing at the sun. It's a little hazy out today. I'm not sure if it's wildfires. I thought it was fog this morning, but it was so much rain yesterday. Not rain, but it was very moist yesterday and humid. So I'm not sure if the haze is from the smoke or if it's still burning off, but it's noon already. So anyway, we have a little bit of a hazy day, but we have sunshine. Our tracker's tracking the sun. We'll have sun over here for a couple more hours. We get sun here from like 9 till 2, and then the sun's behind the trees over there. So we don't get a full day of sun with the tracker, but this isn't our primary system. This is a secondary system and cabin that we need to have for guests and for our use of, we've been using it to pack maple syrup. We're going to continue to use it for maple syrup and packaging stuff. Guest quarters. Jen makes her bread out here. Keeps the cabin cool, the main cabin cool when she bakes out here. So let's check out this system. I still need to finish up these boxes, but this is basically what we're gonna get. But we're gonna put some doors on this and finish the roof. But look at that. Pretty cool, huh? We're going to put in some vents. This inverter is supposed to be in an open space and not have anything 20 centimeters or like 10 inches below or above it, so we're good there. But the sides, we're going to drill some 3-inch holes and put some vents in so we can get some cross breeze in here. Vents on the side, and put a vent up here at the top once we get a door on it, so the hot heat, hot air can just vent right out. But yeah, let's see what we're getting here. Guess we could take off the protective film now that I'm done with the dirty hands and the dirty project. Let's see here. It's hard for you guys to see because it's reflective. There's so much light behind us. But we're getting 120 volts from our PV, 110, 120. Let's see, let's go up on the adjustments. So we're getting 8.4 amps. It's hard for you guys to see because of all the glare. But 8.4, 8.3 amps. Let's go up, let's toggle up one more time. Oh, we're getting 1,000 watts. 1.0 kilowatts, 1,000 watts. And our battery was at 52.2 volts before, and at less than 50%, and now it's at 53.9. And our state of charge light there, it was one light and the second light was blinking. Now the third light is blinking. So we should be rocking and rolling. Everything's working good. We're not drawing anything in the cabin right now because we're not doing anything in there. But today we got another project on the thing, but I just wanted to update you guys how this was working. So we're actively charging and actively pushing out power to the cabin through our breaker here. 800 watts going in there, so that should be charged up today. I think I'm going to bump this out one more board and make it so we can put a second one of these in here, just so we have 10,000 watt hours, and then we're rocking and rolling and good to go. I mean, this is more than adequate probably. The only thing it would be an issue with is when we hook up our project that we're doing later today. We got the logger going, and we got the SolarMan Smart app hooked to the logger, but we haven't got it reading the inverter yet. So it took about a day for everything to register when I did the other system for our main cabin. So I'm thinking it's gonna, I don't know, we'll get it figured out today. We set this up like this because, like, originally I said we were gonna try to put it in the solar bunker, the bunker vault. But it was gonna be less efficient that way. We're gonna have to push power from 50 yards over there, 50, 100, not 100 feet, but 75 feet. A lot of trench digging is what it would equate to.
And a lot of wire.
And a lot of wire, yeah, and a lot of cost. A lot of trench digging, a lot of cost with copper wire. Copper wire is expensive. And it would just hurt the efficiency of it too. So it's better over here. It's under cover. This battery's heated, so in the winter time it won't have any issues, right? Mm-hmm. And all we had to do is run our tracker PV wires over here. But now it's been on, and we're charging up. We're pushing a lot of power through there, so that's good. 700 watts going, 800 watts going in there. That'll fill that battery up pretty quick. One day of sun charges it up. Quickly becoming off-grid Sungold fans, for sure. Everything we've had from them works really, really well. A lot of people on YouTube have nothing but good things to say about them, and they're super affordable. buy a $100 dolly because I'm too cheap.
Yeah.
Dolly doesn't do you any good getting it in and out of your truck.
Does you plenty good moving stuff.
Yeah, well, I gotta move it 10 feet. That's not the problem. The problem is getting it out of the truck. Do you guys hear that sassy lady over there? What'd you say? You got a plan?
You about a dolly.
Well, what'd you say before that? You're like, you got a plan?
Yeah.
You gotta move that, please, for 1 more minute until we get this out of the truck.
We don't have a plan.
There's never a plan. You just there's no need for a plan. Get it out of the truck. That's the plan. So we got a bunch of 2x4s here. Maybe we can slide it down, but that always makes it more difficult than just brute power in it. It's not that heavy, to be honest. It's just big and awkward. So anyway, we gotta get this freezer out of here. Alright, go ahead and tilt it back. Like I said, it's not really that heavy. You okay? Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm gonna pick it up, and then we're just gonna slide. The back is flat, right? Yeah. You okay?
I don't really have a grip on it.
You're fine, I got it. Don't worry. Just make sure, like I said, I got it. Just relax. Go with it and see what you got. You good? Okay. Just watch it. Make sure I don't do anything dumb. There we go. Easy peasy.
Anything more dumb than you usually do?
Come on down, quick. Ugh.
Yeah.
I saw him at the gas station. There was a lot of.
What did I do? Like, do you think I just say things and like don't?
Well, there was no big ones on there when I saw it. It was just here.
Oh, I swear.
What'd you see on the fridge?
I told you it got bug splattered.
Yeah, just a few here.
Now, do you need a wet rag?
Thank you to the bugs that sacrificed their lives so we could get our freezer up here. Alright guys, we got power by the mini cabin now, so for now we got a good deal on this. My brother found it for me. Thank you very much, brother. And we're going to put it over here next to the solar stuff for right now and plug it in and just
If he watches this video, I'll give him $20. But he has to comment or text me.
No, he will not watch this video. He's told me 1,000 times he cannot watch his brother's videos because he knows me, which I don't know what that means. So anyway,
A lot of things.
check this out. Check this out, guys. I didn't even look. I mean, we looked inside of it, and it's like brand new. Yeah, brand new inside, pretty much. But what I was gonna say, this is what I was gonna check was the power consumption. 115 volt, 60 hertz, 3 amps. Date 2024-11. Or 11/2024. I don't know. It looks pretty much brand new. Was that an estate sale? It's got blue tape all over it, which I have to get off, but other than that, it looks pretty much brand new. Let's put this over to its spot, I guess. And maybe Jenny's going to get me a rag. We'll see. We'll see. So this thing is brand new. It still has the moving tape on it. Like Like, it literally has no dirt in it at all. Brand new. So, a smaller and deep freezer, chest freezer style would be a better option, but we want to try this out. This was a good deal. And, we'll see how much power it consumes. It's going to run on the solar for the mini cabin until we get the barn floor done, and then we'll move it into the barn. But it's going to stay out here for now. Alright guys, freezer's in place. We're going to wait a day to turn that on, even though I traveled with it upright. And it's evening time, so we're just going to chill out. We'll show you some stuff running on this solar tomorrow. Got some other projects too. So, see you in a little bit. Alright, good morning guys. It's been a few days since we set up the Sungold system with the new self-heated battery and the 6.5 kilowatt inverter, all-in-one inverter. It's been running. It's hooked up to the internet now. We can see the inverter on our app, and we've been watching it, and we've been running a few things on it. We've charged a few things. We've run the lights in the mini cabin. It's really cool to have power over here by the barn and the mini cabin, right?
Yep, and not have to use a power station anymore.
Yep. A complete, isolated, self-contained system for our mini cabin. Something that you guys could do very easily, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's going to wrap up today's video. We'd like to thank Sungold for sending us these products and letting us show them to you and go through the process, right?
Yep, and if you need Sungold products or want to check them out, use the links below in the description box and the pinned comment.
Yep.
Sungold's got some great deals all the time, and they've got a code for you to use.
And not only have we been using this stuff for a few days, we've been using Sungold with our main cabin for over a year or close to a year now, and we have zero complaints. They're very well built systems. A lot of other YouTubers use them, so don't have any doubt there. We have experience, and a lot of YouTubers do as well, and very good experience.
Yep, and they get good customer service. When he needed to figure out how to connect that to the Wi-Fi, he heard back really quick.
Yep.
So that's awesome too. I always like to mention that because sometimes companies don't have good customer service.
Yep. And stay tuned for future videos. We got a big surprise over here. We're going to show you guys how we could really test this system and push it to its limits and show you what it's capable of.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Lots of exciting things coming, guys.
Yep.
Stay tuned, and if you're not subscribed, hit that button below.
Hit the thumbs up too, okay? We appreciate you guys.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you in the next video.